Maryland is the epicenter of cybersecurity. Within our borders, we have an unrivaled collection of assets and resources. Talent, technology, research facilities, government installations, academic institutions. Perhaps the most highly developed curriculum program in the country, with over 16 institutions of academic and higher education learning, and most of all, a trained workforce. Maryland is a great place to grow your cybersecurity company. In the next few minutes, you'll meet some of our cyber warriors who are leading the way in making Maryland the epicenter of cybersecurity.
BW Tech has a community of about 115 technology companies focused in 3 different areas. Our largest area of focus and the fastest growing is in cybersecurity. We have close to 50 companies and research groups who are engaged in that industry. And we have a cyber incubator that has about 32 companies now. And what we do here in our incubator is we help these cyber companies grow and give them the tools that they need to be successful. The incubator is a great place to get to know the community in Maryland and have easy and quick access to resources. We also find in the community that we have grown here that has both incubator companies, early stage companies, as well as later stage companies and government agencies that are involved in cybersecurity, that there's a lot of partnering opportunities for mentoring, and it's become a very engaged and community where all of the companies are working together. And Maryland, as I mentioned earlier, is providing more and more resources, not only for the more advanced companies, but for the early stage companies. And I think that Maryland is being considered more and more the place to go to build your cybersecurity company. We have certainly the talent in Maryland, but we also have the center of the intelligence community is here in Maryland. And so historically, a lot of the innovation and growth in cybersecurity has been in the government sector. And so for that reason, Maryland really has become a focal point. The state has also really embraced the growth of the industry, and we're having more and more resources to help companies, whether they are pursuing contracts and work with the federal government, but also in the commercial sector as well.
CoolSpan is a mobile security company. We build a chip which can go into a cell phone, a tablet, a laptop, or a variety of other devices, and around that chip, which we use for encryption, we build a series of applications to provide secure voice, secure text messaging, secure file sharing, and a variety of other applications. Around the product, we have 18 granted patents and 38 patents pending, and we have deployments in approximately 60 countries, and innovative companies like Samsung has adopted our technology and will be deploying it globally in 2014. So the great thing about the state of Maryland is we have an excellent talent pool here. We have great educational systems, so we leverage the University of Maryland at Baltimore County, as well as the University of Maryland College Park, to get interns and recent graduates. Additionally, we've taken money from the state of Maryland's venture fund, as well as leverage the customer base that's right here in the state.
Our technology is the world's most effective way of securing wireless networks. And while it was initially developed by the National Security Agency, our team has truly innovated this and taken the customer needs into account so that we're providing something that customers are telling us is a real gap in the marketplace. And our intent is to make wireless networking as secure as the wired version of networking. There's a lot of reasons that we're here in Maryland. One is that most of my team met at the University of Maryland Smith School of Business as part of the Executive MBA program. Beyond that, the federal laboratory with whom we have a relationship is right here in Maryland as well, the National Security Agency. And then there are other very important strategic reasons that we're here. TEDCO, which is obviously a Maryland entity and really a stronghold within the entrepreneurial community here. TEDCO provided early funding for us and as part of their technology commercialization fund. So that was a real reason for us to be in Maryland, a reason for us to help get the technology validated. TEDCO provided third-party study on the tech to begin with and really gave us some direction on how to align the technology with the competitive landscape to make sure that we were designing something that customers really wanted. Maryland DBED has been a great force for us. We're working with Tom Dan at the Maryland Venture Fund. Again, talking with TEDCO about some follow-on funding beyond that first round of funding that we received from them. But there's also a real sense of community here, both between Baltimore and the DC metro area. Just a lot of resources. And for a cybersecurity startup, there's really no other place that I can imagine us doing this, given the resources that are available.
iWebGate is a cyber network innovator that has developed a single platform that hosts all of the virtualized services that might interface with the external networks. And it does so in a manner that provides a layer of security that is unparalleled in the industry, especially for at a price point. And we do it in a way, we deploy our services in a way that is very unconventional. So we don't typically degrade the existing network by punching holes in the firewall. We developed a patented technology that allows for network communication over local IP addresses. The technology changes the cyber landscape in a number of ways. Number one, it makes it very affordable for individuals to take their applications and move them to the cloud and surround them with a layer of security that they wouldn't otherwise enjoy. The second thing that it does is the technology enables remote workers to use the technology in a very seamless way, regardless of device, regardless of platform, regardless of application. And the third and most important, I think, most exciting aspect of what the technology brings to the equation is that we create the ability to allow companies to spin up on-demand networks that don't extend their current network. They don't extend their current problems. They don't require any additional resources. Spin up on-demand networks, and when you no longer need them or it makes sense to bring them down, you bring them down. And you can keep doing that all day long in a multi-tiered way. In other words, you can layer networks on top of networks and invite as many secured visitors as you'd like. iWebGate is a foreign company headquartered in Perth, Australia. And we were actually the first international company invited to participate in the Maryland Sync program. That was huge for us because it enabled us to establish a beachhead in the largest market in the world, which is the United States, in the area where cyber innovation goes on constantly. So the ability to provide a soft landing, a home, a lot of contact capital, all of that has made our entree into America quite interesting and successful. We owe a lot of our success to the individuals that we've met and have been introduced to us by Cyber Maryland, by the Sync program, Northrop Grumman folks, and all of the board directors of Sync. We're going to make you proud.
Securementum is revolutionizing security awareness and pretty much all aspects of the human aspects of information security. We're a company that doesn't look at checking the box. If you want to check the box solution, that's not us. We're looking to actually change employee behavior as well as going ahead and providing a return on security investment. When companies use us, security awareness is going to save them money. At Securementum, our flagship product is our security awareness as a service, where we essentially take over the security awareness program or augment your security staff to round it out in a way that's less expensive and more effective than an organization could do on their own. Additionally, we're also patenting new processes and coming up with new ways of implementing both security awareness penetration testing, such as phishing or social engineering, in a way that's much more effective and produces measurable results that allows companies to go ahead and better determine where their awareness failings are and how to best go ahead and mitigate those failings. All our services and products are based upon extensive research that we've done into the critical success factors of the awareness programs of Fortune 500 companies. Actually, for that matter, thousands of companies around the world have been surveyed by us to see what works and what doesn't work. Additionally, we look at and do an empirical analysis of what are the failings of some of the measures in place, such as why is phishing services, why do they not produce or decrease the amount of successful phishing attacks against an organization? And we go ahead, research that, put together new practices that make phishing prevention much more effective than how it's currently being delivered. Maryland is perhaps the largest location of cybersecurity professionals in the world. It has the highest concentration of people. I could look to find people who are, for example, both experienced at selling cybersecurity as well as implementing cybersecurity. You're not going to get that anywhere else in the world.
Coordinated Response is an incident response planning and consulting firm. We help organizations develop incident response plans for cybersecurity incidents and compliance lapses. We're changing the cybersecurity landscape in two ways. First, we're focused on incident response. It's one of the key controls for most security, but it's one that's often overlooked or not enough time is spent on it. That time gets paid back. Small investment, good payback. We're using software tools to automate the response plan development, and it's automating the execution, so it keeps track of notifications, handles approvals, tracks evidence, and keeps an accurate log of what was done when, where, and how. I always felt Maryland was a good base of operations for any technology company, and I've been with a few that have been based here. But when it comes to cybersecurity, the Baltimore-Washington corridor has more cybersecurity practitioners than any other area this concentrated. These are good folks to get feedback, to answer questions, and ultimately they're prospective customers. More importantly, we have tech councils. I belong to the Howard Tech Council, but I also belong to a regional tech council that connects me with all these folks and people who could be my partners or my contractors. And last but not least, the education system here. I'm active at University of Maryland, Baltimore County, which has a great cybersecurity program, and it's one of 5 universities with comparable programs. So not only can you get good information and good guidance, but potential employees. Maryland is also the good crossroads between the commercial marketplace and the federal marketplace. The federal government is doing a lot to cooperate with critical infrastructure providers, the financial community, obviously military and defense, but they also bring in a lot of commercial business here. And we have quick access to the East Coast, to the banking centers in New York, insurance centers in Connecticut. So it's really a very good location to reach out to both the government marketplace and the commercial marketplace.
At ZeroFox, we sit at the intersection between social media and cybersecurity. We enable organizations to proactively identify and protect the connected enterprise. We're out there as your watchdog, watching the social interactions and gathering data and information from the connected social world and pulling it back and understanding where, when, and how those targeted attacks are occurring and who they're focusing on in your organization, and drilling down and giving you the technical level details and information you need to enable protection across your enterprise. Maryland provides a wealth of opportunities for entrepreneurs from any discipline, but especially in the cybersecurity space. Let's not forget that Maryland sits at the epicenter of Cyber Alley or the Cyber Corridor, whichever one you prefer. Between DC and Delaware, there's a massive amount of spending and investment in the cybersecurity world, with the proximity to Fort Meade and all the clients that live down there, with the proximity to the Department of Defense, the U.S. federal government, all the agencies across the river into Northern Virginia. There is a tremendous amount of investment and buying power here in Maryland for cybersecurity, which drives that innovation. So Maryland provides that very unique economic opportunity for startups to be innovative and find buyers that are excited about innovative solutions, that find buyers that have the cash and the bankroll to spend on cybersecurity. You know, you look at Silicon Valley, and they do their thing great. They do a really good job at fostering these great web technologies. But in terms of competitiveness in the cybersecurity field, Maryland has more to offer than California does. Not to mention that the Department of Defense is the single largest buyer of cybersecurity technology in the entire world. And the Department of Defense's cyber epicenter is here in Maryland. Maryland offers a number of great incentive programs. One of the programs that we've taken advantage of here at ZeroFox is the Maryland Cyber Tax Credit. And unlike other tax credits in other states and in other municipalities, the Maryland Cyber Tax Credit goes to the business, not to the investors, which gives an incentive to the businesses to grow here in Maryland, to stay here in Maryland, to find investors that want to invest in a Maryland cybersecurity company. That alone is a reason enough for any cyber entrepreneur to want to put their roots here in Maryland. ZeroFox is also a member of a number of other Maryland-based initiatives. The Maryland Earn program. We love what Maryland's doing to build the workforce for the cybersecurity industry. You know, you hear a lot about, again, Silicon Valley and the talent pool that they have out there to draw from, which was one of the things that makes their startups grow so fast. But Maryland has done a great job of investing back into the talent that is here in Maryland, whether it's growing that talent or attracting that talent from elsewhere with programs like the UMBC Cyber Incubator, run by Ellen Hemmerly. She's done a fantastic job of giving cyber companies a place to grow, a place to start from one person, two person, and growing out. A number of great and innovative ideas have come out of the UMBC Incubator there. But getting back to the Maryland Earn program, and we're involved with one of our partners, Dunbar Digital Armored, in putting together a industry partnership that trains individuals in the cybersecurity space so that they can contribute to one of the fastest growing industries here in Maryland. ZeroFox has also taken advantage of the Invest Maryland Challenge. Invest Maryland is a fantastic program that enables startup organizations, especially cyber startup organizations, to gain recognition and gain working capital. Gain capital that enables us to move faster.